So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Don, and welcome to Gold Wingnut Live. So, I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock. My alarm was going off, and I heard this stupid song by Sonny and Cher playing. Did anybody else have that run-in this morning? Of course, I'm talking about it's Groundhog Day. Welcome, everybody. It's a beautiful day out. Excuse me. Terrible one for me to be sitting inside, but you got to do what you got to do. Let me turn the volume down. It looks like it might be just a little bit too loud. Hopefully there's not any echoes. Today we're going to talk about a CDD with a $100,000 bond. That's what their board is proposing. Ouch. So, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the new Walmart, since, the Daily Sun just put an article in the paper on it. Keith Pearlman, he's a friend of mine actually. And we're going to also talk about why some of the roads don't have cart paths and some do. It's actually a pretty simple equation when you think about it. I got to move this out of the way so I can see the text coming in on the Jerry Bell says bing. Okay. Lamb is getting to me, the live event monster. All right, live agenda monitor. Anyway, if you didn't know, a little while ago, video number 152 premiered. I was up late last night trying to put the finishing touches on it. I finally got it done, got it out the door. And I figured normally I would do it at 3 o'clock and then have the broadcast later, but I figured, let's just get it out there and let's see how it does. So far, it looks like it's seeing quite a few plays, so I'm real happy. If anybody has any questions about it, please feel free to ask. I'll try and answer the questions there. If you do have questions today, you can either type them in on the live chat, or I'm not going to take emails right now just because it's too distracting. I'm going to take off my watch too because I'm going to end up banging it around. But I'll also take live calls. The number's on the screen, 352-661-6175. Victoria says, 6 degrees here in New Jersey. You're crazy. Why would you want to live in that stuff? Oh my gosh, 6 degrees. I mean, holy mackerel. That's frigid. Anyway, 152 it was a challenge getting it out. A lot of distractions over the last 2 weeks with Debbie being sick. She's doing much better. She went to bingo yesterday, so she's obviously doing much better. Anyway, so let's talk about golf cart paths, okay? I got a question sent to me this past week about why some of the roads have the golf cart paths on the roads, some of them have them off the roads, and some of them have no roads. So really, you got 3 different categories of road. If it is a 4-lane road, okay, then it's going to have a multimodal path that runs along the side of it. And that's getting the traffic completely off the road. It's because of the volume of traffic. If it's another main road, like Hillsborough Trail, Megacin, where else? Megacin, Odell Circle, the list goes on and on. Morse Boulevard, north of 466. So those are main roads. they recognize that their golf cart traffic is going to be there. So they put the separate golf cart lanes. When you get off the main roads, when you get into the residential roads, then the golf cart traffic is on the main streets with the rest of the traffic. And it makes sense because those roads have a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, which is a maximum speed of a golf cart. So the golf cart should be able to keep up with traffic without any problems. The ones with the, the golf cart lanes on the sides those are 30-mile-an-hour roads. And then, of course, the higher speed roads, the 4 lanes, are, are higher speed, so they really get the traffic off there. And that's the gist of it. There's no magic to it. Let's see. So we had some questions about it. Let's see. Robert says, hello, Don. In Water's Edge and Well Point in Sumter, is Water's Edge and Well Point in Sumter County, Wildwood. I'm on the tax list. Yeah. So yes, they are Wildwood and Sumter County. So yeah, you're gonna pay a little higher tax, not as high as it is up in Lake County, but or Marion County. Let's see. Eb wants to know, Eb 2007, what will Sumter County do to relieve the traffic at the intersection of 44 and Morris when the Walmart is built? So Walmart has a responsibility. If you read today's paper, they have a responsibility for providing traffic control and, or not traffic control, but if additional lanes are needed or whatever, they have to pay for it, as I understand it. That's so 468, which is Morse Boulevard, is a Sumter County road, but 44 is the state's road. So it would be, they have to work with the state, and if they're going to do anything with 44, or excuse me, Morse Boulevard, then that is that's going to be through the county. I got to take and see if I can get that. Pardon me just a second. Little cover for the lens was blocking the text, so I couldn't see it. And the other thing I can't see is I got the wrong glasses on. Holy mackerel! Get your head together, Don. All right. Becky wants to know, can you tell us more about the new country club being built? Will it have a restaurant? Are there any more country clubs coming? We live in Lake Denham and are excited about this. So my understanding is most definitely it will have a restaurant. Are there more country clubs coming? I would say yes, because we have the Meadows Championship course coming, and there's another 27-hole championship course after that. That one's a few years away, though. All right. Let's see. Jerry wants to know, will the amenities open in Eastport before the restaurant retail areas? I'm going to say no. They're going to open all at the same time. At least some of them will. I'm pretty sure Fred will have Prime and Embers open when things come online. Mr. Karamapur is the owner of FMK Restaurants, and he is very proactive. He's getting ready to open up Victory Family. Try that again. Victory Family Sports Grill. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to open them separate. I think everything will open at one time. At least a limited number of shops and restaurants will open. The first couple will open at the same time as Olympia. I could be wrong, but this is kind of a unique venue, having both recreation amenities as well as shops in one area in a major town square. Sawgrass Grove, a little bit different, but I think they're going to follow that mode though. So there you go. Good question though. So we got 75 people on board. Well, thanks for joining us. Let's see. Oh yeah. How about $100,000 bond? Anybody interested in paying $100,000 for a bond? Well, I'll tell you right now, it is adjacent to the villages, but it's not in the villages. It's actually in the city of Fruitland Park. If you read yesterday's paper, let me find it. I gotta find the right. There was this great bit. Oh, no, well, that's last week's. Let's try that again. Nope. Maybe that was the right section. Okay. Hang on. Get my newspaper back. It was a back page. No, I don't know what I did with it. All right. Anyway, yesterday's newspaper, there is a new CDD and a development going in Fruitland Park. And looking at the bonds, the larger home sites have $110,000 bond. And even the smaller home sites are like 80 or 90,000 if I remember right. But the 110 stuck in my head. What does that tell you? It tells you that the cost of building these communities is extremely expensive. The villages actually has lower bond rates than what you see in surrounding communities that opt to go with a bond because the CDD wants to, ensure the growth occurs. But because of its size and the way things are managed, they're able to keep the cost down. Eventually, yes, we will see $100,000 bonds. There's none that high in phase 2 of CDD 15. I don't know what CDD 16 will have for bonds. CDD 16 is the area that is, where does it go? It's where the Meadows Golf Course is. So if you're coming down Bexley Trail from Sawgrass Grove, the area on your left, that's going to be CDD 16, and that goes down all the way past the new fire station 49 and continues on down for another mile or two. So it's a big CDD. I think it's taken advantage of the full 2,500 acres. It's very possible they could finally see $100,000 bonds, especially if they have premier homes. Anyway, there you go. Let's see. But yeah, here in the villages, I mean, $50,000 bonds are pretty much the norm for a designer home, somewhere in that ballpark. $30,000 for courtyard villas. Let's see. Victoria wants to know, are you allowed to remove landscaping on a new built veranda when you close and move in? I don't want any landscaping to take care of. We have our share of landscaping / trees to take care of here. So if you're going to make major changes like that, you have to submit to the ARC for approval. That's one I don't know how they'll respond to. I know adding landscaping, there's setbacks that you have to deal with. But taking away landscaping, I've never run into that one. Let's see. Now, this is an interesting one. Good afternoon. This is from Craig. He wants to know, heard an interesting question on another YouTube channel. If people pay for infrastructure with bonds, how come they cannot fish in Sumter Lake? One has nothing to do with the other. Okay. The infrastructure bonds are for the roads, storm drains, retention ponds, street lighting and that in your neighborhood, okay? The CDD that owns Lake Sumter, or Sumter Lake, actually I think it's called Cherry Lake, is the real name for it, is the Sumter Landing Community Development District. Why you can't fish in there, I don't know. Honestly, I probably wouldn't want to fish in there because of all the runoff that we get from fertilizers and things like that, and pesticides that people use in their yards. All that runs into these lakes. And that particular lake does not have a natural outflow, so there's no purging, if you will. There's no turnover. It's all gonna settle through and evaporate unless it's pumped out to one of the other retention ponds. Yeah. Oh, Jerry, good one. But anyway, so you would have to talk to the recreation department on why they're not allowing any fishing in there. You would think they would, but I can also see where people are lazy, okay? And you can imagine what the boardwalk's going to look like, or dock, or whatever you want to call it, when they finally rebuild it. I don't want to go there. But people will leave bait and fish guts and everything else on it. That's just the way, unfortunately, that's the way many people are. They're not responsible. They don't pick up after themselves. So, that would detract from the enjoyment of the music and everything else that's going on in the landing. Jerry wants to know, is that shirt you're wearing from the official Gold Wingnut collection? No. All right. This was one my wife gave me for Christmas. I think this was my only Christmas gift. No, she gave me some other gifts when we were on the cruise. All right. Let's see, VS says, hey Don, awesome job, 152. You're great at editing. Question, any idea how Eastport compares to Brownwood size-wise when square foot retail and restaurants? Just looking at it and looking at the number of buildings and what's going in there, if you take out the theater, the Barnstormer Theater, retail-wise, it looks very similar in size. But as far as entertainment space goes, they've thought ahead. There's no parking allowed on the waterfront road. And my understanding is when they get ready to have the live music, they'll close off that road to traffic, and all of a sudden you don't have just the area around the stage, but you've got the streets that people can stand in, and all the way to the buildings on the backside. So, and it wraps all the way around the lake. The sound system is being designed so that you can hear it wherever you're at. So it's from an entertainment venue size. I think it's going to be second only to the Polo Grounds in capacity. Let's see. Robert wants to know, what CDD is Middleton in, and is there an amenity fee associated with the development? So Middleton is in the Middleton A CDD. At least that's where the current homes are. Obviously, there's a Middleton A CDD, so there's going to be probably a Middleton B CDD, and that's for the non-age restricted part of the community. Do they have an amenity fee? No, they have basically they have an HOA fee. But their level of amenities are nowhere near what we have. Now if you saw, was it Thurston Park? I showed a quick clip of that in video 152. That particular area is, obviously has some maintenance costs that they're going to be paying. Same with their pool and things like that. So, yeah, but it's not near what we have in the age-restricted portion of the villages with our rec centers and our golf courses and all that. So I'm not sure what their fee is, but it's not, I don't think it's as high as ours. Let's see. God, I'm sorry, my scroll it's not allowing me, there it goes, now it's scrolling. Jill wants to know, hi Don, how can we verify there isn't anything undesirable near a lot we want to buy? We live out of state. I looked at Google Maps, but I could not see any power lines, etc. Good question. I don't think there's any, I don't know of any way. You can call the phone number up on the screen there, and I'll be more than happy to go out and take some pictures of the lot and let you know what I see when I go out there. I'm down that way frequently, so we can work something with that. Love the shirt. Yeah, it was very colorful. I kind of like it. Let's see. How bright are the lights in Coleman Prison? Jill, I saw earlier a whole bunch of comments pop through from you, and I was like, okay, I got to get to these, but you're asking all of them now. She posted on the comment section for 152. How bright are the lights from Coleman Prison? If you bought in Oak Hollow, would that and possibly announcements be an issue? The lights won't be an issue in Oak Hollow because you're close enough to the trees. The trees are blocking all the lights. You probably will hear the announcements on the PA system. Gosh, it was about 2 weeks ago. I was down at Debbie's house early in the morning, taking the dogs out, and I was sitting on the lanai. This is before the cold weather snap. Whew. I was sitting on the lanai reading the paper, and I could hear it there in Moultrie Creek. So when, if there's no wind, the sound carries very well. But if there's even a slight breeze, then you're not going to hear it as much. Let's see. Jay Cossey wants to know, will police respond to golf cart accidents on golf cart paths if there are no injuries? Thank you. I don't know. If there's no injuries, so there'd be no reason for a police report. I mean, if you run off the road and nobody's hurt, I'm not sure they would get involved with it. I don't have a good answer. I know if there is injuries, they do get involved, either Sumter County or Wildwood Police Department. VS wants to know, can we buy one of those Gold Wings hats on the bed? All right, thank you. What a straight man. So I got some new hats in. So I got a question. We all know today is Groundhog Day, okay? In the movie, Phil Connors, wakes up repeatedly. So if you know how many times how many cycles, how many days he went through in the movie, the ones that can be documented in the movie, then I want you to text it to me at my Gold Wingnut number, and the first person who gets it, I will give you this brand new hat. Okay? That's all. So, the first day he's there, they played that I Got You, Babe, and then the next morning they play it again and again. But there are obviously times where it's a new day, they'll pick it up in the middle of the day. But there is a fixed number of days that were present or that you can actually count in the movie. So if you know how many it is, text me at 352-661-6175, and if you get it right, I'll send you a brand new hat. All right. Let's see. Okay. It says, hi Don, I'm looking to purchase a patio villa in the near future and wondering about my company might park while visiting. The driveway for a Moonstone doesn't look wide enough for 2 cars. honestly, I don't know which floor plan the Moonstone is. I know there are multiple floor plans, and some of them have 2-car garage and a golf cart garage. So having that, you'll have no problem parking with a guest. But you raise an interesting question, Shannon, because I know in Courtyard Villas, my Courtyard Villa, right down the street. Oh, here we got some. All right. Wow. So we got 2 correct answers. I'm going to go with the first one that showed up. So the individual with the 3505 is their last floor. Please text me your name now. You are the winner. And oh, so close. But as soon as I find out the name, I'll tell everybody the answer. But we do have a correct answer. All right, excellent. I was surprised. Somebody's been watching the movie too many times. I know I watched it too many times, but I watched it this morning, of course. All right, we got a name yet? That's right. There's a 30-second lag between when I speak and when you hear me. So we'll see who responds here. Oh, there we go. They're typing right now. Come on. Almost there. So again, we do have a winner. 12,395 days. Woohoo! Okay, but please give the hat to the second guesser. So thank you, Kelly. So Kelly guessed correctly. It is 38 times that you can count it in the movie. There are certain, if you go online and look, some people are saying it's like 33 years and 1,200 days and all kinds of stuff. But okay, so we're going to go with the second guesser, and that would be, your phone number ends in 8804. Is that right? Yeah, 8804. If that's you, please text me your name, and we'll announce it. But again, so let's see, what else did we have here? We had 38, which is the correct answer. One person said 12,000. Another one said 36. And then 12,395. All right, so yeah, there's some speculation on how many. So I have a call coming in. So let's see if we can take this call. Hello, this is Don. Can you hear me?
Hello, this is Toby, and I am calling from Luthi Technical Support Services. I would like to help you with any tech problems you are having with your computer. Is there any way I can help you to?
Wow. That was fun. All right. I can't tell you the number of crazy calls I get like that. It's like, okay, never mind. I don't want to talk to you. All right. So 8804 is still typing. Let's see. Muskie says, hi Don, great new video, so exciting. I'm listening while I'm driving home from Mr. Mocha's pet store for my dog's raw food. Okay. Is there any, Jill wants to know, is there any drop off for glass or aluminum recycling? You can take it to the county landfill, which is at 470 and I-75. It's about 5 miles from Middleton. Otherwise, several years ago, we eliminated the recycling program because here's the problem. Nobody's buying the glass. Nobody's buying the plastics. Nobody's buying the paper. So the garbage companies were hauling it away to specialized landfills. For the villages, it was going all the way to Georgia. So, we're burning a lot of diesel fuel to take trash up. So now there is a generating plant that burns the garbage, and they generate electricity, and that's how we dispose of it. It's not the form of recycling most people think of, but it is making use of the debris for the purposes of recycling the energy. Let's see. Since Coleman was de-annexed from Wildwood and homes will be built to support the industrial park, safe to assume they will be family and not age-restricted communities and all the amenities. So Joe, yeah. So what Joe's talking about is there was a section just outside of Hammock at Finney. It's between Hammock at Finney and Coleman Ridge development that was de-annexed by the city of Wildwood. It's now in the unincorporated portion of the county. Nothing has been committed to by the developer other than to be very conscious and be a good neighbor, recognizing the challenges that community is going to have being next to the age-restricted community. All right, let's see. Did we get? All right. Here we go. All right. So it's Jim Causey in the Marshall Islands. Really? You're in the Marshall Islands, Jim? That's amazing. Wow. I didn't realize that we had people there, but he says he's going to be here in March. If you want, send me your address. I'll mail it to you, or I can just hold on to it for you. All right. Excellent. All right. Let's see. Merchandise frenzy. Google has the answer, 38. You're right. That's what I said. Can you tell us when CVS Magnolia Plaza will open up? And this is Sally. Sally, you didn't watch my video today. It was right in there. The 5th. Wednesday it opens up. Let's see. Oh my gosh. So Morgan wants to know, Don, any truth to the old rumor that Coleman Prison is moving and the villages will buy the property? Thanks for the great info. No truth to that whatsoever. I have talked with multiple people within the villages. They all get a laugh out of that one. And bottom line, first off, the expense of building a new prison would be huge because this is actually 4 or 5 prisons there. It would be a huge expense for the government, and it would be all over the newspapers if this was really going to happen. The next part of it would be demolishing the prison. This is super thick, super hard concrete, and it will take a lot to demolish it and dispose of it. Honestly, there's not enough land there for them to make a profit from between acquiring the land and just demolishing the building. They could never make a profit because of the expense of getting rid of it. So there's no truth to that rumor. Here's another way you can tell. Look at the maps, okay? If it showed a road that looked like it was going to continue on into Coleman Prison, then you got a pretty good clue that that's where the villages is headed. But they don't. In fact, from the Middleton area, they even put the rapid infiltration ponds between the prison and the rest of the community. So, no, there's no truth to it whatsoever. CVS opened today. Oh, that's interesting. They had a sign on the door the other day that said the 5th. Please hit the like button. Thank you very much. For lots south of Wellpoint in Sumter County that haven't been released yet, is there any county site that shows the lot dimensions? For some of them, they might be plotted already. Go to sumterpa.com. That's sumterpropertyappraiser.com, and you can see there if they have some dimensions. Other than that, You could go digging through the Southwest Florida Water Management District website. You can look at the submitted plans for the different sections. And if you look carefully, they do have lot dimensions. All right. The Village's folks says Costco is better because of far superior meat quality meat department. Much better than tasting meat. Okay, sure. I guess it's a personal preference. I don't buy my meats at Costco. I don't buy my meats at Sam's. Not generally. I buy chicken, because you can get a good buy on chicken. But beyond that, no. My steaks and that, I don't buy there. Let's see. Okay, so this is from the Freehands. He says, "Hi Don, we just watched your newest update video. At the 1429, 1437 mark, you fly over a field adjacent to the right of the boating area. We have not seen anyone talk about that area and wondering if you have any idea what this will become." So, a field adjacent to the boating area. I'm assuming you're talking about the RC boats, the remote control boats, which would be the Central Pay Recreation Center. And if that's the case, it's residential. But anyway, and I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to pull up the video. And if I do that now, it's just, well, all right, I should be able to do that. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'll get distracted too much. Let's see, Victoria, thank you so much. I appreciate the contribution. Let's see. Please say again where you like to buy your meats. I buy most of my meats at the Fresh Market up on 466. It's a hike, even from Hillsboro, and it's a hike from my apartment where I'm sitting right now, but well worth it. The meats are really good. The steaks are awesome. Costco also doubles the manufacturers on appliances. Okay, the warranties. Okay. Boating area. Oh, boating area is at Eastport. Okay. Okay, so now I know where you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, and for the life of me, I saw this once what it was going to be, but I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. I'm going to have to go back and look. And yeah, do me a favor. Send me a quick email and remind me, and I'll go look it up this evening after I get done playing samba, and we'll figure out what we can get. So CVS Magnolia looks open. Yeah, like I said, I'm going by the sign that was on the door the other day. It said, the 5th. All right, folks, I got to stretch. I got to take a break. Be right back.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
All right, I'm back. And I hope I can... All right, yep, okay, it's going out. I don't know why my headphones all of a sudden stopped working. All right, there we go. That's better. Oh, I know why. I know what happened. I changed shirts and left the microphones. Hang on. Silly me. Ouch. Sorry about all the scratching. So we had microphone problems in the past. So my best answer was to use some of my wireless microphones. These are actually DJI microphones. They're made by the same manufacturer who does my drones, and they work extremely well. I've been very happy with them. Let's see. Email sent with a picture of the area. Okay, great. Will there be a bunch of carts and cars there? Oh, well, so there are a bunch of cars and carts there at Magnolia Plaza. So yeah, that's probably a pretty good sign. Let me turn my microphone or the volume down that I have on my system. My soundboard has different outputs for different things. But yeah, so that would be interesting. When I go down to pick up Debbie to take her to Samba tonight, I'll take a look. That'll be interesting if it's open. She'll be happy. Okay, what else? Whew, man, we have flown through the afternoon. It's already, wow, 20 after or so. No, 20 till. I can't even tell time. Anyway, I'll put the hat over there. Let's see. Joined late. Why are you in an apartment? Good question, John and Jane. Why am I in an apartment? Because I want to continue to serve the residents of Sumter County. Try and make this long story short. I bought a house in Middleton because I wanted a rental property. It seemed like the right place. It definitely was. Bought the house, closed on it the 13th of May. That was a Monday. Thursday afternoon, I got a call from the governor's office telling me I had to step down as county commissioner because I had to reinstate the previous county commissioner because his conviction was overturned. Needless to say, that was a huge financial hit. I thought I had planned for every contingency, the house not being occupied, everything. I did not count on that contingency. So that slowed down our process for getting it rented, just because of cash flow. During that process, Debbie communicated with me. She said that she wanted to live in the new house. She didn't want to live in the old house anymore because that's where our son passed away and it had too many memories for her. I did not argue. I just had to figure out a way to fix it. Because I am a county commissioner, I have to live in my district. And my district includes basically the area between 466A and 44, Continental Country Club, the Beaumont area, Trailwinds area, and part of the area north of Colony Plaza. And I say Continental Country Club. Anyway, so I have to live somewhere in that area to maintain my seat. So, you know, I had to abide by what Debbie wanted. It was not a point I was willing to or even considered arguing with her. I just figured out I had to make a way to fix it. So I got an apartment, and you know, being separated, and you know, I was on submarines for 20 years. We were married 2 weeks, and then I went out to sea for 3 months. I did 18 patrols like that. So, and then I did 20 years in construction. I was gone all the time. So, us not being at the same house is not a big deal. This is an inconvenience. We are selling our house that is in the village of Hillsborough, and once that's sold, I will start looking for another rental property that I will occupy, and I will get out of this apartment, because if these kids that live upstairs from me keep pounding on the floor, I'm going to pound my head into the wall. Oh my God, they're so noisy. I'm surprised they're not making noise today. Normally it's all the time. But that's the reason is I have to live in my district, so this is my legal residence, and you know, I eat most of my meals with my wife. She's a much better cook than I am. until we get to the grill. Then I'm in charge. It's an inconvenience, but the other option was to give up my position on the county commission after winning re-election, and I did not see that as an option. I could not walk away from this election. It was too important to the county. Yes, Debbie is failing much better. She's still coughy and wheezy, but definitely, she's definitely feeling better. Yeah, like the shirt, go Buffaloes. Yeah, so this is one of my shirts I got. I'm a sponsor for the athletic department. If you go over to the football stadium, you will see my company banner on the sideline fence. And for that generous donation, I got a couple of T-shirts. But anyway, but yeah, so it was a tough decision. It was a huge financial blow last year. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm afraid to do my taxes right now, but I'll get through it. Serving the people is definitely worthwhile. Let's see. Have you buried a St. Joseph's idol to help sell the old home? Patron saint of real estate. Caveman, that's a new one. Have you buried a St. Joseph idol to help sell the old home? Patron saint of real estate. Yeah, I have never heard that one. One of the things that we plan to do, there's an Irish tradition of painting your door red when your mortgage is paid off. And that is something we plan to do, obviously, as long as the ARC doesn't disapprove it. But, hey, caveman, at this point, I'll try anything. But let's see. This is something about the Navy. Okay, it says, "Hi, Don. Being a Navy man, did you hear that large ships are on purpose dropping their anchor on underway supply lines?" Kyle, I heard something about damaging some gas lines in the Baltic. Is it the Baltic? Yeah, I think it's the Baltic Sea. And that was, to disrupt the natural gas flow from Russia to the rest of Europe. But that's the only thing I've heard about that. All right. Hey, Villages folks, I got it. I got it. Yeah, another about Costco. And it just disappeared. Oh, okay. They just retracted their message. Okay. Wow. So lots of things happening here in the Villages. We've got, what do we got going on? Yesterday, they had a big to-do down in Lake Sumter Landing. And they're saying it was record crowds. I haven't even read this morning's paper. I've been so busy. But apparently they had record crowds for the chili cook-off. They have the Rotary Club runs a chili cook-off, a home show, and something else. But 3 different events, all at the same time at Lake Sumter Landing once a year. I've been to it. The chili cook-off, I held back from this time quite simply because last time I had some chilies that were pretty stinking hot, and I was like, nah, we're not going to do this again. My digestive tract paid the price. But if you haven't noticed, there's been a couple of new ads appear on the bottom of the screen. One of them is Darlin's Sweet Shop. If you haven't been to Darlin's Sweet Shop, then you haven't tried Zanzibar chocolate. Zanzibar chocolate is one of the ice creams that they sell there. It's my favorite. There it is. It's on the screen right now. It's 3 different chocolates mixed together. It's really, really dark looking, but it's not doesn't have the bitter taste that dark chocolate does. Estelle is the owner. I told her I'd put an ad up here for her, but it's in Sawgrass Market. You just go into the marketplace, go towards the back. It's to the right of the coffee shop, and great cookies and cakes. And why is my camera all blurry? Okay. I got too close to the camera and it went blurry. There we go. Now it's better. But yeah, so yeah, very nice young lady, small business owner. That's why I'm doing it, because just like all the rest of these on here, they're all my sponsors are small business owners. My sponsor this week is Kitchen Wise and Closet Wise. Scott and Amy are the owners. They live, I believe, in Lake Denham. They are Villages residents, and they run a great business doing custom closets. Custom closets, custom kitchen cabinets. Debbie wanted some, so Debbie got some when we put in the new when we got the new house. And she's very happy with them. She has the big pull-out drawers now instead of the pantries. So nothing gets pushed to the back anymore, because you can get to the front, you can get to the back. And the other one is Fur and Away. Fur and Away, you're going to see a commercial in my next video for Fur and Away. And you will recognize the two dogs in there, because before I would take on Fur and Away as a sponsor, I wanted to see their work. I wanted to see how they work with dogs and that. Fur and Away specializes in grooming big dogs. It's a mobile grooming service. They come to your house. They take your dogs. They put them in the back. It's a big Mercedes Sprinter van, specially equipped that for doing dog grooming. Sully and Lily both got groomed the other day on Tuesday, and I am very pleased with the results. The pricing is very competitive. They are residents. They live in the new section of Richmond, and great folks. So they have, between the two of them, the husband and wife, they've got 56 or 57 years of experience in dog grooming. So they're very knowledgeable what they do, and they do a nice job. I was very pleased. So there's their contact information, furandaway.net, and there's their phone number on the screen. Give Eric a call and set up an appointment. Doing big dogs, it can be challenging. For us, when Sully and Lily need to be groomed, I got to, stop what I'm doing. I got to take them to the groomers, and because Debbie can't handle the dogs, and so that I pretty much have a whole day I have to set aside for dog grooming. Now, Eric comes to the house. He takes the dog from the house to the truck, does the grooming, brings him back. Debbie doesn't have to do anything other than pay him. And the dogs look great. The dogs responded so well with him. I was really, really pleased with the service. All right. Let's see. Mark wants to know, the Eastport Hotel is lit up at night. You can see it for miles from the Southern Oaks Bridge. Is that because they're building around the clock for safety and security, or to create a landmark? Generally, it's for security reasons. Every construction job I ever worked, we always once they got temporary lighting in, it was always on. It is for safety and security reasons. If there's a night watchman, he's got to have lights on, because the construction site is so incredibly dangerous with all those the materials laying around. Everything is not in place, so obviously it won't be so lit up once they get the walls and windows up, and they start finishing the rooms. They'll have they can turn off the lights then during the day or during the night. So all our winner this week wants to know, do folks do anything special to keep their garages cooler in the hot summer months? So two things I know that some people do and have proven very effective is insulating the garage door. You can buy the foam panels, styrofoam panels, polystyrene, whatever you want to call it, panels to fit into the garage doors, and also people insulate the attic space above it. That helps tremendously. I've also seen people put in attic fans and vents to draw the heat up. That helps tremendously. And of course, if you're going to be doing, a hobby, maybe working on a car or whatever your hobby might be out in the garage, many people have put in split units for their garage, and it basically it's an air conditioner. Excuse me. That is what you can do. It's generally not too bad. I mean, when I'm out in the garage, I like to have the garage door open just to get a breeze. If it's really hot, though, sometimes I'll pull down the door on the attic, and because of the natural circulation from the attic, there's ridge vents and rooftop vents. That the idea is the hot air rises, and because of the roof shingles and that, it gets very hot up in the attic. The hot air rises and it draws, the hot air goes out the top and it draws it in through the soffit vents. But in the garage, if you open up that garage door, man, there is a big breeze that goes up into the attic, so it helps. Wow. But interesting question. But you're in the Marshall Islands. Wow. I don't even have a guess how the weather is there. But all right. So anybody else have any questions? I thought I had enough lined up for today. So we talked about the bonds. Oh yeah, Walmart. Again, they did an article this morning about the Walmart, and I've had several questions about golf cart accessibility to that new Walmart. I don't see it, okay? Somebody's got to build the accessibility, which means that it's either going to be a tunnel or a bridge that has to go either over Morris Boulevard or State Road 44. And if you do get it across, where's it going to go? There's no way, there's nothing for it to connect to on the Chitty Chatty side. And on the other side, the only other logical way would be to just go north to where the Soaring Eagle ball fields are. But there's no golf cart path there to the road. So I just don't see any golf cart accessibility to that new Walmart. Oh, all right, hot and humid. Okay, so the Villages folks says, I bet some people are. Hey, Villages folks, typing in all caps is considered shouting, but no. I bet some folks are buying future homes on Central Lake will complain about being able to hear the music at the square, just like they do at Sawgrass Grove. Due diligence, people. You're absolutely right. 11 years ago, when Debbie and I were looking at houses, we looked at some houses that were courtyard villas just on the north side of Brownwood. And we were there, it was like 6 o'clock. The band had already started playing. And I walked in the backyard and I came right back out and said, nope, too close. Yeah, it just was it was too much noise for me, and so that knocked those out. But to each his own. Let's see. Laura wants to know the high wires behind the water's edge verandas are on single poles, so so not a horrible look. My husband worried they could eventually put in the huge Iron Angels if they want to. Thoughts? So the Iron Angels, it's a great term for the pylons that they put in. I don't think so. You have to look at, there's different lines that go in and out, and those lines are actually outgoing lines from the substations, and they're feeding different parts of the community or different parts of the county. There's another set similar to that going through the village of Chitty Chatty, and these lines feed the south end of Sumter County. The big Iron Angels, if you will, are coming in from the northwest, from the power station up at Crystal River, and that's what's supplying the area. So I don't think that they're going to put in the Iron Angels. I just don't see it. I mean, anything is possible. The power companies pretty much have the ultimate power in anything they want to do. I just don't see it. I mean, the nice thing about the towers that they're putting in, they have extra capacity. So they can put in a few more circuits, a few more lines, without having to erect bigger towers. Speaking of golf carts, what extra insurance do you recommend for that? So, Brian, you can get golf cart insurance. I think I pay $180 a year for liability coverage on my golf cart. It's not very expensive. It's actually about the same price as my insurance on my motorcycle, and they're both through Progressive. Let's see. If you want to add cabinets, how do you find what kind are in my house? Becky wants to know, if you want to add cabinets, how do I find out what kind are in my house? There's a couple of ways. If you built it, the cabinet information is going to be in your contract. If you didn't buy it, call the warranty department. They can tell you everything that's in your house, what color it was painted, everything. It's in their records, and they'll be more than happy to give you that information. All right, let's see. Correction, we live in Middleton, and there is no HOA fee or amenity fee. However, the annual maintenance fee attached to the tax bill is higher. Okay, I'm surprised. I thought there was. I thought I heard that there was an HOA fee. That's good to know. Maintenance assessment. That just depends on how many homes and what they got to maintain. Don't get the paper. What was said about the new Walmart? Basically, they just said it was going in, and it's an indicator that more might be coming, because Walmart tends to lead the pack when it comes to commercial space, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, Brad says, only insulate above conditioned space. My inspector told me this Friday, garage will become like a sleeping bag. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've never really thought the garages were that bad. Thank you, Roxy. I appreciate the donations. So we are at our a little after 4 o'clock. The messages and comments have slowed down. And I got to go pick up Debbie. We're going to go play Samba over at Ron and Marianne's house. And hopefully Ron and I will win tonight. I can dream, can't I? Yeah. My wife is brutal when it comes to cards. Oh my gosh. I think she's counting cards, and to do that in Samba, there's 7 decks. Or 6 decks. It's crazy, but she knows every card I play and every card in my hand. And it's terrifying. And yeah, we've played cards, a lot of other different cards, and she's brutal. She got it from her dad. Anyway, again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll do this again next week. Enjoy life. We got the nice weather back, so It's great to get back outside again. So enjoy yourself. Live life to its fullest, because we do not know what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow morning could be your last, or could be your never. So thanks again, everybody. Take care. I'm out of here.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.